all eyes are on the travel sector as we get closer to that busy holiday weekend. Well, Southwest in particular is in focus as the company faces a record fine following its meltdown last winter that left about 2 million people stranded at airports across the country during the holiday season. For more on this, Yahoo Finance reporter Madison Mills is standing by in the newsroom. Maddie.
Yeah, Shauna, so like you mentioned, this is a $140 million fine, $35 million of that going straight to the federal government. And from the Department of Transportation, this is the biggest fine ever. It's actually 30 times the second highest fine ever. So that just indicates to you, in terms of the context here, just how big this fine is. Now, Southwest did get a little bit of credit from the federal government here because they did give a lot of frequent flyer miles out last holiday season following the impact to these passengers. But again, 2 million passengers impacted. They had 17,000 flights canceled. The CEO saying that this is about some of their infrastructure that needed to be updated. He's saying that they have done what they needed to do to get that infrastructure in place for this holiday season. And the company's credit, he says, they have really improved on these cancellations. They're right about in line with all of the other competing airlines year to date so far, but the stock, not so much. They're down 13% year to date. They were down a little over 2.5% after the close on Friday. This morning, down by just about 0.3% here. So not seeing a ton of movement, but that's in line with the overall market action this morning. But still really having a tough year in comparison with the other airline stocks following just the impact and the fallout of this record-breaking fine. And this also, guys, I should just mention, is part of the federal government's broader push. And we've heard this from Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg as well on our very own programs, that he is going to be really looking after the consumer when it comes to the impact of some of these policies from airlines, and really trying to make sure that air travel is set up well for consumers heading into the next couple of years here.
What is that impact on the consumer, Maddie?
Yeah, so this is some good news for folks like me, who, by the way, I have a flight later today that has already gotten delayed 2 hours because of the weather. So keeping my eyes out on that breaking news here, too. But as of May, passengers for Southwest Airlines, they're going to be able to request a voucher of $75 or more if they get to their final destination 3 hours late. Now, I should say lots of stipulations to that. Weather does not impact it, for example. So it's going to be interesting to see to what degree consumers are able to get those vouchers in. But we've seen a lot of airlines offering more vouchers because it's a better move from these companies to offer these vouchers up, as opposed to having this record-breaking fine from the Department of Transportation knocking on your door. So we're continuing to see this as a potential benefit to consumers who are negatively impacted by any air travel delays.
All right, fingers crossed for you in that flight, Maddie, and Godspeed for the length of your journey as well. Appreciate it. Madison Mills up there in the newsroom.